Hello, welcome back. Today, I'm gonna do some upcycling with some clothes that I have and that I've been meaning to fix and restyle. I hate wasting clothes that have like potential, like if I love the fabric or there's just like one thing that I want to fix about it. So then I put it in a box in my kind of workroom studio and I just never look at it again. So today I'm gonna kind of go through all those and see what I can change, what I can fix. And yeah, we'll see what I'm into right now. But specifically what inspired me today was Pinterest and kind of like layering. It's my new obsession. And I feel I caught myself like looking on like secondhand shops for cheap used layering options, like cute cardigans, cute tank tops and stuff like that. But I really don't need more clothes. And also I don't really trust secondhand websites like eBay or Depop. I think I trust eBay the most. But anyway, I've been done dirty several times by Depop and Depop sellers, so I just don't trust it anymore, and I'd rather just go to a Goodwill or like a thrift store in person and like shop around there, just because I could physically see it, and then when I buy it, it's mine. I don't have to wait for shipping or worry about any of that. So yeah, so I was kind of inspired by like frilly tops and cardigans and stuff, and realized that I think I have a couple of those items or similar to them in my bin of shame. And specifically, I just threw this top in. So this is what we're gonna start with today. I threw this top in my donation pile, and I was just kind of looking through it. And it's just like this black tank top that I cut to be a little shorter. But it's kind of a failed DIY that I did in like 2020. And it's like, this is the back. It's kind of a vibe, but my problem is that I like always wear a sweater. I always wear something on top. I like never show my shoulders unless it's like really hot, but for the most part, like I always have something like covering me. So doing something on the back was kind of pointless for me because I always cover it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much going to sew this back on. I might use a contrasting thread, or I might just use black thread. And I'm just gonna kind of like stretch it over and sew it back on. So it still kind of has a design if I wanted to take it off or just wear it by itself. But now I can wear it under clothes without like the safety pins showing through the top layer if I wanted to wear a top layer. And then the main thing that I wanted to do with it was add like a lace collar to it. Moomin just joined me. Everyone say good morning, Moomin. She's so sleepy, she just woke up. So sorry. Anyway, the main thing that I wanted to do was add like kind of like lace around the collar, and yeah, so that if I wore it under a shirt, there would be kind of like the lace collar detailing peeking through, and I might add a bow, who knows. But that's gonna be our first project. I feel like that one will be easy to start with, so yes. Here I found some black lace trim that I just had sitting around, and I pinned it already to the front of the little cami tank top moment. And now I'm going to go in with a zigzag stitch because this is a knit, and just kind of sew along the seam of the collar or neckline. And yeah, I decided to do just from shoulder to shoulder instead of doing it all along the back, because first of all, it's kind of not waste, but it uses up more lace, and this is mainly where I want it to be. So now I just pinned the heart in the back. I basically got, because it was two pieces of fabric and it was like safety pinned holding it together. So I got that inner heart that was pulled being the safety pins and kind of put it over the hole like a patch and I'm connecting it back to the main piece, like garment. And yeah, so I'm gonna sew this again using the zigzag stitch, and I will be right back with the results. Okay, so here's the final product. The front with the lace. When I wear it, it kind of stretches out to like where I want it to be, just so you know. And then the back. So it would look a lot more obvious if you were to use a contrasting thread color. I chose to do it black just to make it a little less obvious, but yeah, you could use a different thread color, or you could even use a different fabric color and do like a cutout in the back, in the front, whatever you want to do. And yeah, it's so super easy. This literally took me like maybe 30 minutes to do total. Easy. Just with like pinning and stuff, because the pinning was kind of annoying. But yeah, moving on. Actually, I lied. We're not moving on just yet. This is it, the final product. Again, you could just do right here with the lace. You could go all the way to the back. You can use smaller lace, bigger lace, whatever you want to do. And then this is what it looks like when it's layered underneath something. So just for example, I'm using this cute button up, and with the lace tank top right underneath, so it adds a little bit extra something. And also, if I didn't want to show like that much cleavage, because the first button is literally right here, so it does show quite a bit of cleavage, just the regular top, but if I want to wear it to work now, I can. So just so you know. Okay, so for the next project, think of turning this button up long sleeve into a vest, and my inspo pic is kind of this picture all the way at the end. I think the brand is Minga London. Yes. This one should be pretty easy. It's literally just cutting off the sleeves, kind of shortening the shoulders. This is a men's small, so it's a little baggy on me just because it's to fit like a man's silhouette. So I'm gonna shorten the sleeves and then take it in a little on the sides and crop it as well. And yeah, so BRB. Okay, so after I cut it and I pinned the sides down, this is pretty much how it's gonna look inside out. And I'm gonna sew up the sides, make any adjustments if I need, and hem the sleeves and the bottom. Yes. Okay. And this is the final result of the shirt to tank top. I ended up making it into a halter top, as you can see, just because I kind of like that better for my style and myself. But yes, and then I twisted the collar inside, just twisted it a couple times so that I would get like this cinched look, because it kind of brought it in, and I didn't really want to put in darts because that was just too much work. And yeah, but yes, on to the next project. So actually for the next project, I will be fixing or upcycling the pants that I'm wearing right now. I just don't really like where they end as pants. I feel like I would wear these more and get more use out of them if they were a skirt. So what I'm gonna do is basically cut down the inseam, the entire inseam, and then fold over the two layers into a skirt. From there, I'm gonna put some fabrics that I may have left over, some scraps, and kind of fill in the spaces left over from the skirt to kind of make it fuller towards the bottom. But you'll see what I mean when I'm done with it. But yes. So I just want to update you guys before I get too far in with the skirt. So this is the front, what I was talking about. I cut open the inseam and then I just kind of sewed it together on the top. And so this entire section is open. And then with the back, this is what I did with it. I got 3 different fabrics. The bottom one was left over from this shirt. It was from the sleeve, and I just like laid it out on the back. And then these other two fabrics that I just had, and I just haven't used them yet in my just stock. And I found this orange ribbon, which has like a little bit of like tinsel thread running through it, and I just think it like fits, like it adds that pop, but it fits like really perfectly to it. So that's what it's gonna look like in the front. And yeah, so I'm a little over halfway done, and then when I'm done with that, I'll be done. So this is the final result of the skirt. Super happy with how it turned out. As you can see, I mimicked what I did on the front. What I did on the back with the front. I used the same fabrics and the same ribbon to kind of border the fabrics together. And yeah, I think this is probably my favorite thing that came out of today. But yes. And I think I might be doing these for more pants if I decide to turn them into skirts down the line. And Moomin agrees. On to the next and I think last project. So the next thing I will be working on is this tank top. I think it's like a size too big for me, so I'm gonna take it in on the sides, and I'm also gonna turn it into a halter similar to the other one that I did, except yeah, it's actually pretty much the same exact thing that I did to the other one. So let's get to it. I might add something if I am feeling it. If I'm not feeling it, don't talk about it. Okay. So I feel like updating you guys on what I'm doing. So basically I cropped the shirt. So I have all of this left. This was like the crop part of the shirt. And I realized that I cut off one of the like buttons, and instead of buttonholes, this shirt had like these, I don't know what you call it, these pieces of fabric that held the buttons on. So what I'm gonna do, instead of just plain old like taking in on the sides, what I'm gonna do is I'm taking inspiration from, hopefully I can find it. So I'm taking inspiration from this post. It's from, I think pronounced Sharon May, Shareen May. And I think she's the creator of this skirt. So what I'm pulling inspo from is specifically this pocket right here. She kind of made a loop in the seams and then tied the pocket to the skirt using those loops. So that's kind of what I'm gonna go off of. So I'm gonna take off this loop, put it in the side seam, and then make an extra pocket that will be attached to that side seam and one of the buttons. And I feel like that's gonna work out, and if it doesn't, oh well, you know, whatever. So I'll be right back when that's all done. So now to make the external pockets, I cut 2 squares out, and then I just turned over and did like a, I don't even know what this is. I think it's like 6/8, 3/4 seam on the top, and then I'm gonna do the same to this side. And then I'll do right sides together and just make a little external pocket. And then using this, it was really the seam already that came with the shirt for the armholes, but I just cut it all off. And I'm going to use it as the string to hold the pockets to the shirt. When I'm all done, you'll see what I mean, but yes. This is how the shirt came out. As you can see, I added the little pocket. Here's a little loop on the side that I sewed into the seam, and I just latched it to one of these button holder moments. And then, let me just back up so I have a good view. The back. Cute. I love how this one turned out. The top part, this like bust area, was kind of bowing out a little, so I added in some darts. You can't really see this one because it's like inside the pocket, but just a little tip if you want it to fit better. Learning how to do a dart is really simple and very effective. And yes, so hope you enjoyed this video. Again, all of these are just inspirations for upcycling projects if you would like to change some of your clothes that you have in your wardrobe that you may not wear anymore. But yes, so yeah. Have a beautiful day and have a fun time upcycling your clothes. And yes, kisses.